Hi. Hello, 7th grade. We are doing a grammar video today. Today I just wanted to go over the last 2 pages of grammar that you've been doing with me, just to go over the answers and make sure that you have everything right. I was able to see most of you have turned them in. If you have not submitted your papers through email, you need to do that. You need to submit to me your assignments. You can take a picture with your phone and send it to me, or you can scan it in if you happen to have a scanner. But I need them. Okay, you have to give them to me so I can give you credit for actually doing them. Okay, so today I want to go over the videos or the pages that you've been doing. Page 197 and 198, and then page 199 and 200, which are the most recent grammar pages that you've had to do. So on page 197, it talks about the principal parts, and it looked like those of you who turned this in, that you actually had the guided practice correct. Number 1 was talk, talked, have talked. Number 2 was cry, cried, have cried. Number 3 was pick, picked, have picked. Number 4 was turn, turned, have turned. 5 is open, opened, have opened. And 6 is call, called, and have called. So those are your principal parts of those verbs. Now on the next page, it looked like we had some troubles with that chart. And so basically the way you can tell present tense is the present is happening right now. Past tense is the past where you generally add the ed ending onto it, but either way it has to do with something that happened in the past. Now the past participle always has that helping verb, either have, has, or had tacked onto it. And so that's how you can tell that it's the past participle. So number 1, measured, is just past. Number 2, you should have identified had invented, and that is past participle because you have the had invented. That is how you know that it's past participle. Number 3, aided, is past. Number 4, preserve, is present tense. Number 5, show, is present tense. Number 6, had developed, past participle. Again, you have the helping verb along with it, the helper had, which lets you know that it was past participle. Number 7, points, is present. Number 8, had introduced, past participle. Number 9, determined, is past. Number 10, have rejected, is past participle. Number 11, consider, is present. And 12, use, is also present. And then it has you going through and deciding if things are irregular or regular. Now, irregular verbs are the ones where the spelling changes as you go through the different tenses. The spelling completely changes. Like it looks like a different word. Regular verbs, all you're doing is adding endings onto them. Okay, so the verb basically stays the same except you add an ed onto it to make it past. So that's a regular verb. An irregular verb, you have to change the spelling. So for example, in 13, eat, ate, and have eaten is irregular because that past tense ate is spelled different than the others. That's what makes it irregular. Number 4, fall, fell, and have fallen is irregular. You're changing the spelling of the word. 15, act, acted, and have acted, that's regular. All you're doing is adding endings and tacking on that helping verb. 16, look, looked, have looked is also regular. We just added the ed onto it. We didn't have to change the spelling. 17, draw, drew, and have drawn, that's irregular. We had to change the spelling in order to change the tense. 18, add, added, and have added is regular. 19, taste, tasted, and tasted is regular. 20, come, came, and have come, that's irregular because came and come are spelled different. Even though we only changed that one little vowel, it's still irregular, and we didn't add an ed onto the end. 21, say, said, and have said, that is irregular. Changing say to said is changing the spelling. It's now considered irregular. 22, use, used, and have used, that is regular. And then, of course, you're applying right. You should have wrote me some nice sentences. Okay, so that was pages 197 7, and 198. So now let's look at pages 199 and pages 200. Oops, sorry. Bumping the... Okay. So this is simple tense verbs. I'm hoping for most of you this was review. You've done tenses before. You've probably done them since, I don't know, first or second grade. So the guided practice, the biggest part is picking out the verb. You have to underline the verb twice and then write whether it was past, present, or future tense. So number 1, the verb is traveled, and it's past. Number 2, the verb is seems, and that is present. Number 3, will improve. Now don't mark continually because that's an adverb, but will improve is the entire verb put together, and that is future tense. We know this because of the will. Lets us know that it's going to happen in the future, okay? Then number 4, you should have written transportation involves the moving of goods or people to places. Number 5, transportation influences our way of life. Number 6, efficient roads will affect the delivery of goods. Number 7, dependable vehicles helped our troops. Okay, so that was page 199. So now on page 200, you were doing pretty much more of the same. And the biggest thing is picking out the verb. You're looking for the action or the connector in the sentence. So number 1, it should be affects. You should have underlined affects, and that is present tense. Number 2, you should have underlined lived, which is past tense. For number 3, you should have underlined will live, which is future tense. Number 4, you would underline the linking verb were, which is past tense. Number 5, hinders, which is present tense. Number 6, are, which is present tense. Then for number 7, every country needs transportation. Number 8, some civilizations used boats. Number 9, some countries designed long canals. Number 10, canal boats move goods from one place along the waterways. So then 11, you're choosing the first one, the girls play well together. And number 12, the last one, last week, something funny happened last night. Please then also do the apply and write where you should have written me some really good sentences. Check these over on your worksheets. Make sure that you got them right. If you find that you missed a lot, then you should go back and look and watch those educational videos that I sent you in the individual lessons, because you really need to make sure that you understand this in order for us to move on. Okay? Have a nice day.